Hello, welcome to Outside Xbox. You're watching Show of the Week. I'm Mike.
And I'm Andy. This week I've been enjoying the new Mass Effect-style story mode in FIFA 17.
Isn't it true that you were on Earth when the Reapers attacked? How do you justify running away while millions of people on Earth die? Is that the best we can expect?
I've had enough of your tabloid journalism.
Now all I need to do is mine enough Element Zero to upgrade Manchester United Stadium, Old Trafford SR2, and then I'll be ready for the final mission.
Match.
Whatever.
Well, while you were doing that, I was getting ready for the most magical day of the year.
Mike, International Talk Like a Pirate Day was on Monday, remember?
Remember.
Monday.
Now I'm talking about new Forza game release day.
Oh, there's a new Forza game coming out.
Yes, Andy, there's a new Forza game coming out, and if the two flavours of Forza game, Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon, were stereotypes from 80s teen movies, this is the cool hip one that turns its chair backwards in the high school canteen, rather than the bookish one who will go on to cure exotic diseases. Which is to say, it's Forza Horizon 3. Forza Horizon 3 is again set against the backdrop of the titular Horizon Festival, which offers the ever-popular combination of thumping beats, open roads and very fast cars. As usual, the game takes the clever maths of the Forza Motorsport physics engine and puts them to work on a satisfying, drifty arcade racer. This time the Horizon Festival has decamped to Australia though, a setting that gives you all the spectacular scenery of Australia without the orderly queue of deadly Australian creatures waiting to eat you as you step off the aeroplane. I've actually never visited Australia, but you'd never know, right? The new setting is splendidly diverse, with sandy outback, lush forests and urban streets. There's an increased emphasis on off-roading this time around, and the game world has been opened up so you can create even more of your own shortcuts. Even if in real life these shortcuts would turn a Lamborghini Centenario into a £1.7 million heap of useless carbon fibre scrap.
400 yards. Turn left.
The other thing the Land Down Under brings to Forza Horizon is its own car culture. We're particularly fond of this tasteful jungle green Holden Maloo Ute, or utility vehicle, which is a vastly overpowered muscle car that swaps rear seats for a deeply practical cargo tray, so plenty of room to store the giant pile of ruined tyres you'll be creating when you drive the thing.
Still alive, boss? Excellent. They loved that one.
This time around, the boss of the Horizon Festival is you rather than that smug jerkhole Ben from Horizon 2, meaning you can decide what you race and where. It also means you can hire and fire other players' drivatars like a high-speed episode of The Apprentice. By the end of the game, you'll have a phalanx of your friends' drivatars employed as racing drivers, earning money for you by winning races, or if it's Jane's drivatar, by systematically dismantling her opposition with extreme prejudice. Of course, if your mates happen to be online at the same time as you, regardless of whether they're playing on Xbox One or PC, they'll be able to join you for seamless 4-player co-op throughout the entire campaign. Road trips are clearly always more fun with company, so this is a huge, long-awaited addition for the series and almost certainly the best way to play the game. So that's Forza Horizon 3, a game that proves that much like Neil deGrasse Tyson, you can have a deep knowledge of physics and still be the life and soul of the party.
Yeah, so what I love about the Holden Maloo is it's essentially like a utility vehicle, but it can do sort of 0 to 60 at the same sort of speed as a Porsche 911.
Can we talk about something else other than cars? Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's set at a music festival,
Okay.
and you're the boss now, so you can hire and fire your friends.
Oh, okay, so you can screw your friends over.
I mean, you could.
I love it when games let you do that.
Because although most games don't go as far as Forza Horizon 3 and actively build betrayal into the game itself, that doesn't mean you still can't manage some DIY betrayal with a bit of ingenuity and hard work. Here, I'll show you.
These next tests require cooperation. Consequently, they have never been solved by a human. That's where you come in.
The whole point of the cooperative mode in Portal 2 is to cooperate. That's why they named it cooperative mode and not get yourself uninvited to your friend's next birthday mode. Most of the puzzles are unsolvable alone, so you need to work together and communicate if you're going to beat the fiendish test chambers that GLaDOS has designed for you. That said, all that hippy-dippy cooperation gets a bit much sometimes, which is why it's so fun to occasionally change the location of a portal so that your partner goes flying into a bottomless pit. Or you could remove the light bridge over a pool of toxic waste while they're standing on it. I'm sure this still counts as useful scientific data. Let me just write this down. Test subject fell to death. Huh, interesting. Now, I'm not suggesting Rockstar designed GTA Online to be a massive trollfest, but just kidding, they must have done, because GTA Online is a perfect storm of systems and circumstances tailor-made for dicking other people over. The options are almost limitless, from blocking your friends in shops with your car, to accelerating just out of their reach while they're trying to hitch a ride with you. Ooh, to straight up running them over, why not? Because you can't beat the classics. Maybe try our favourite, where you attach a sticky bomb to your car, give someone a ride, then dive out at high speed and watch the fireworks. Sorry, not sorry. I'm sure when the designers of Spelunky decided to give you the ability to pick up and throw your friends in their game, they were expecting people to use it to help each other reach higher platforms or cross big gaps or something equally helpful and boring. That's why you need pioneers like yours truly to come along and use these abilities for innovative other purposes, such as throwing your friends into snakes or pits or whatever seems most funny at the time. Spikes, of course. Spelunky is great, you guys. Oscar Wilde once wrote, "I can resist anything except temptation," an epigram that in our case would have to be rewritten as, "I can resist anything except temptation," and pouring lava all over my friend's carefully constructed buildings in Minecraft. Some would argue that these structures actually look better on fire and covered in lava. Not Andy though, I mean, he spent ages on this. Now, animal cruelty is a bad and terrible thing that I would never condone. However, when it's a not real digital horse from Red Dead Redemption and it's being ridden by a friend of yours and you're out in the middle of nowhere, it is very funny to shoot that horse so your friend goes flying. Then you gallop away, leaving them stranded in the desert. Hahaha, classic. Could this be related to why no one plays Red Dead Redemption with me anymore? Nah, surely not.
Now it's time to see what's written in the comments and on Jane's Forza Horizon 3 number plate.
Hey, that was randomly generated.
First up, your comments on last week's show on Mafia 3 and the funnest New Orleanses in games.
In fact, there are vampires and demons everywhere, which is pretty confusing as the people who aren't vampires and demons are dressed like vampires and demons anyway. Maybe book your trip after Pyre Night season, is all I'm saying.
Cole McGrath, star of Infamous 2, is cheesed off and he writes, "You realise New Marray was the setting of the entire Infamous 2 campaign. Not that I didn't like the Festival of Blood DLC, but the second game was more detailed."
I don't know, he didn't look like he was having much fun in those cutscenes.
Screw you. Don't try raising a hand against me. I will not allow it.
On the subject of Left 4 Dead 2's zombie-filled New Orleans, meanwhile, Extreme Games says, 437, zombie.exe has stopped working.
Speaking of zombies, commenter Timothy McLean says, "Why are those zombie-filled New Orleanses on a list of the 5 most fun versions of the city?"
Hey, good point.
How about instead of addressing that, we move on to the comments about this video, about the video game love interests who died before we even got a chance to properly smooch them.
Don't you just hate it when there's someone you like and you're going to make a move, but then they get human sacrificed? Right, fellas? Ladies? Anyone?
Some excellent suggestions from the equally excellent Outside Xbox commenters, such as this from OD Smith, who says, "On the other side of the coin, there's Fahrenheit/Indigo Prophecy, where you die before you can properly smooch your love interest, which you then do anyway, in spite of the minor inconvenience of being dead."
Oh yeah!
Wait, what?
Frozen. Your lips are like ice.
Wait, what?
Commenter Nasty Little Bagginses, meanwhile, thinks that the unrequited sexual tension is what drove the Gears of War games, but Marcus never made his move and now Dom's dead and it's too late.
Well, Bagginses, there is a zombie Dom skin in Gears of War 4 and he's looking remarkably good for someone who's been dead for 25 years, so you never know. Hot.
And Commander Commenter, or Commenter Commander, says, Lucy from Assassin's Creed. I shipped her with Desmond so much, and especially in AC Brotherhood, they were so cute. You know, until he stabbed her for no reason, and then they all pretended she didn't exist. I find that does tend to rather put the brakes on a relationship.
It is done.
Finally this week, your comments on this Mafia 3 video in which Andy and I took back the streets from the criminals to give it to some other criminals.
There's a grenade, just like lob a grenade in there.
But they'll kill the informant, won't it?
Oh yeah, sorry. I always confuse interrogate and murder.
Trevor Elliott is on your side, Jane, saying, I always confuse interrogate and murder. Is anyone else glad Jane didn't become a police officer?
Commenter Salad Dodger, meanwhile, says, it annoys me the fact that X is to get in cars. I'm just going to be spamming Y for about a week before I pick that up.
Luckily, Y is the button for grenade barrage, so it shouldn't cause too many problems.
No, it isn't, and yes, it would. Finally, commenter That Other Guy noticed that the thumbnail was a dab. Did you do that on purpose?
Tell me what's going on.
Cough up the knowledge.
Yeah.
Nope, just a happy coincidence.
Can't have you talking.
Not happy for him. Okay, I'm going to go get some lunch. I will see you later.
I'll be through in a minute once I've finished beating your driver tar times. Ah, there she is. Oh, what's that number plate? Oh, I guess I shouldn't bother, because I suck.
That's it for this week's show, but I'm looking at the latest poll data and your numbers are really down this week, guys.
What you need is a big, bold, PR-friendly move to get you back in the public's good books.
Pressing the like button.
Exactly what I was thinking.
You know what to do. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Look at that. Like a stone. Okay, lunch?
Can't. I've just got to the final mission in FIFA 17.
Collectors attacked our ship. They took our crew, our friends. They think we're helpless. They're wrong. They started a war, but we're not here to finish it. We're here to make them regret. No more running and no more waiting. Let's hit them where they live.